Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the government representative in the Senate. Senator Gold, first of all, I would like to thank Senators Jaffer and Gerba for their recent forum on the issue of female genital mutilation. And this is the issue that I wish to ask you a question about today. In February of 2021, Senator Jaffer requested data from you with respect to prosecutions under the criminal code provisions that outlaw female genital mutilation. As you pointed out, the government doesn't control charges, prosecution of that process, but the government is responsible to determine if their law is having the desired impact. For example, justice for victims, penalizing the perpetrators found guilty, and certainly, as in most laws, general deterrence. Without having such data, it's very hard to know whether or not this law is having an impact, given that we do not see many prosecutions. So since the government has been made aware of this was almost a year and a half ago, could you tell us what the government has done to gather such data, publicize it, and tell us what the impact of this criminal code provision has actually been since its inception? Thank you.
Senator Gold.
Look, that's a very important question, and thank you for it. And thank you also for reminding the Chamber that the prosecution of criminal code offenses typically is a provincial jurisdiction. And at the risk of being seen, and unfairly, might I stipulate, as hiding behind jurisdictional issues, that there is a real challenge of gathering data, and especially disaggregating data. It's not only in the criminal law context, it's in the health context and many others, as we've experienced. That said, I don't have the answer to your question, Senator. It's an important question. It's one thing to pass a law, it's another thing to evaluate whether the law is having the intended impact. I will make inquiries in your specific question and hope to have an answer as soon as I get one.
Senator Lankin, do you have a supplementary?
I do, Speaker. Thank you. Thank you, Senator Gold. And I do understand the jurisdictional questions. In fact, jurisdictionally, let me say, when I was Minister of Health in Ontario, the ministry brought to me a proposal to add a billing code to the Ontario Health Insurance Plan, OHIP, to cover female circumcision. I said no, and I refused to take it to Cabinet. I heard from many people then, and most particularly from mothers who were desperate to protect their daughters from this practice, whether it be done under the guise of vacation to homelands, or whether it be done here in our country, which we know that it is being done. Those mothers, and some I've reached back out to, do not know about the criminal code provision. Publicizing it is an important thing. You read my mind a little bit in your answer, and so I'm going to ask you specifically, will you ask the government whether they would support a review of the law to determine its deterrence impact, either through supporting a bill that we can bring forward here in the Senate or a motion for such a study, but better yet, that they announce that they will undertake such a review and that it be undertaken and started underway by this fall?
Certainly make inquiries, and concurrent with that, I would encourage interested senators to explore how we could use our good resources and reputation of the Senate, perhaps also, to bring this measure to light. I do want to add, though, if you'll permit me, to underline the importance of publicizing the criminal code provisions and the protection that it attempts to provide. And in this regard, the federal government addresses the issue, which it deems a serious issue and an odious practice. It addresses this through a federal interdepartmental working group, which is co-chaired by Women and Gender Equality Canada and Global Affairs Canada. It brings together 13 federal departments to provide a forum of collaboration to address harmful practices, including female genital mutilation. And also the government supports many initiatives and organizations that are working to end this unacceptable practice.